You're going to have trouble recruiting and developing leaders. Okay. It does not need to be simple. There is a system in place for everything that we have here. All right. So with that being said, all of you, if your coach doesn't have a training schedule, all right, you need to create one. Okay. You need to take ownership of your business. See, at some point or another, you didn't come here just to be a representative. You came here to be a broker, or you came here to make a lot of money and change your family's life for forever. Right, Monica? Like, that's what you came here for. You didn't come here to be a part of Toga for 25 years and never get promoted out. That's not the goal. Right, Melinda? So if you're not creating a schedule and you're not practicing with your team, how can you expect them to get better? Right? So even before, all right, even before we left the base shop, we would schedule private meetings with our team and say, hey, we're getting on tonight at 7. Emergency meeting. Emergency meetings are your friends. This is exactly what ours looks like. Okay. I'm not sugarcoating anything. This is exactly what the team has. We train every night from 9:30 to 10. It's 30 minutes. Okay. How many of you feel like you can fit 30 minutes into your schedule? Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. 30 minutes out of your day. 1 in the chat. Okay. If you feel like you can fit 30 minutes in your day, you can improve your business. I promise you 100% over 60 days. Okay. But you got to be willing to put 30 minutes a day. All right. So what does the schedule look like? We train from Monday through Thursday, 30 minutes from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. Y'all know I have a newborn. For the new people on here, I have a 7-month-old baby. Nobody takes care of my baby except for me, Brendan, and the babysitter. Okay. The babysitter takes care of the baby during the day. And at night, it's me and Brendan. So one of us is training. One of us is taking care of Grayson. All right. And with the sleep regression phase, forget about it. He is not sleeping at all. All right. So even during 9 o'clock, 10:30 at night, going through trainings, sometimes he's in the background screaming. And this is the conversation you got to have with your team. Look, you can build a business here because I'm doing it too, even with a crying baby. All right. You might hear him chatting. It's okay. You can do this too. All right. You need to pour belief into your team. Okay. Have standards. If you don't have a schedule for your life, somebody else will. Your team will run all over you. They will say, oh, coach, I booked an appointment for tonight at 6. Meanwhile, you have 4 other KTs tonight at 6. Okay. If your family time is Sunday mornings, you don't do appointments Sunday mornings. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter if it's the only time this person is available. That's the schedule that you have. Otherwise, like I said, people naturally would take advantage. It's not because they're a bad person. It's just because they don't know any better. Right? So you have to set the standards. You have to set the expectations for your people. Listen, Melinda, I only run appointments from this time to this time. Okay. My team knows I run appointments from 10:30 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. We don't do appointments past 9 o'clock at night. And with this new schedule, we don't do appointments past 8:30. Don't even try it. I'm going to tell you I'm not available. Why? Because PDR is more important than that appointment. Right? That appointment is going to get you trained one time. PDR is going to get you trained forever. All right. Does that make sense? Okay. So you need to have a standard in your business. All right. And your schedule should be packed. If your schedule is not packed, you have to ask yourself, hey, am I doing the kind of things to get me the results that I want? Do I even have enough leaders to do an emergency meeting? All right. Emergency meetings are your friends. If your schedule is not booked and you're a leader on this call, regional leader, division leader. Okay. If you have the title leader behind your name, there's a reason for that. Okay. If you're not a representative, you're a leader. If you have a license, you just became a leader. You need to take ownership and work with the people around you who want to be here. If you have a recruit, guess what? Somebody wants to be here working with you, not with your coach, they want to be working with you. So teach them what you know, encourage them to plug in, right? Set the pace. Okay. Any questions on that? All right, beautiful. Okay. Second thing is, what the heck are we covering on these calls? I tell them, listen, this is not rah-rah. This is not cheerleading. This is not motivational. Don't come on the call expecting me to motivate you. I'm not motivating you. If you came on this call at 9:30 at night, you're already motivated. Now I just got to show you what to do. See, a lot of the times we think people know what to do, right? And we just say, all right, they got it. They know what to do. But if they knew what to do, guys, they would be doing it, right? You would be a vice president, okay? People don't know what to do, and they won't say, hey, I don't know what to do, Tessie. Can you help me? They're not going to really openly say that. It's very rare. Okay. They'll just keep showing up to trainings. If they're showing up to your nightly trainings, you individually setting the tone for your team, you're going to get better as a leader and they're going to get better. All right. So we go over right away. What are we covering? These are the things that we're going to be talking about. If you have a market, awesome. If you don't have a market, awesome. Most of what we do nowadays, because the way the world is going, is social media. You got to get on the wave. Okay. People are using social media, and there are people praying for an opportunity. There are people out there praying to protect their family. They just don't know who to talk to. Okay. There are people praying to open up investment accounts. They just don't know who to talk to. You are that person if you're on social media. Okay. Every key leader on our team, I've met them via social media. Granted, I build relationships outside of social media. Okay. But I am who I am in social media and in real life. We are not two different people. That is very important. That's something that we teach our team. Okay. Making calls and setting appointments. Listen, if your people are showing up at night, teach them how to set appointments. You think they know how to set appointments because you practiced it with them at the orientation, but if they knew, your time tree would be looking like this, right? Every 30, 45 minutes. So if you see that you recruited Jorge, a stud, he's shown up to the call, he has a clean background, right? He's attentive, and he's not on the board with appointments. Take some time out of your day. Remember, the key is 30 minutes, okay? To call Jorge and say, hey, Jorge, can you jump on a call now? Let's book appointments. I'm going to help you. We're going to practice. We're going to go back and forth, okay? People don't know, or excuse me, people don't care how much you know. They want to know if you actually care about them, okay? Abdiel, does that make sense? They want to know if you really, truly care about me and my success. All right. Another thing we're going to go over on this nightly trainings, again, taking ownership of your business, is we're going to go over how to do KTs and how to close. Okay. One of the things I talked to the team about is, listen, you didn't come to Primerica to present. We can all present material. You came here to close. How do you learn how to close? All right. Hey, Jesus, would you agree with me that if you knew how to get more yeses than nos, you'd be making a lot more money? Right? On this call from 9:30 to 10 o'clock, I'm going to teach you how to get more yeses than nos. That's it. Everything is learnable, Eric. I can teach you how to do it all. I just can't give you the will and the desire. But what tells you as a leader is if your people are showing up at 9:30 at night, they want to be here. They want to be doing this. Spend time with those invest time with those 20%ers. 80% of your people are not going to do much. Right? So that's going to help you determine who wants to be here. Because if you're recruiting 50, 60 people on a monthly basis, how can you tell who wants to be here and who doesn't? Right? You can't, unless you call every single one of them every single day. And if you're doing that, forget about it. You're not on appointments, right? You're not helping them get developed. You're not getting them to district leader. Okay. And then we're going to talk about the trip. See, the only conversation that you guys should have right now with your people is how you're going to get them on the trip, not how you're going to win the trip, but how you're going to get your team on the trip. Because as a byproduct of getting your team to win, Mariah, you're going to win, right, Tessie? You're going to be able to go on the trip because there's no way your team can outperform you if you're leading them. Does that make sense? That's very powerful. There's no way your team can outperform you if you're leading them. Now, if they're being led by somebody else, that's a different story. That's where the taking ownership comes into place. Okay. Very, very important. And from the get-go, whether you're brand new in this business, this is your first 24 hours here with us, welcome. We're excited to have you. Okay. But at the same time, if you've been here for 6 months, it doesn't matter. Everybody's created and treated equal. We love everybody the same. Okay. Well, you need to know what it takes to be on your own. Maybe right now you have no idea what it takes. So we're going to keep talking about it. And the more we keep talking about it, the more you're thinking about it. And the more you're thinking about it, the more you're going to believe that you can do it. And then you're just going to start to give the results, the action behind it, which are going to get you the results. Okay. Does everybody, is everybody tracking with me right now? I'm telling you, this is the only thing we're talking to our team about. All right. And you can take screenshot of this, make it your own. Look, the best thing I learned how to do in business was copy the right leader. Literally. I picked up little key pieces from this person and that person, stuff that I liked for my team. And guess what? I made this presentation and now this is the only thing we talk about. You can use this. I give you full permission. You don't have to ask me. Screenshot it, build your own little presentation, add your own little stuff to it and drill for skill. This is the only conversation you should have with your team. All right. And then right here, and so look, whether you're brand new or whether you've been in the business for 9 years, it doesn't matter. Everybody's got to be doing the same thing. See, we all want to be winning here. If you're working here with me on my team, you're going to be making money. All right. Janelle. Oh my gosh, I butchered that. How do you say your name? Janiel. Hispanic? Okay, perfect. Janiel. If you're working with me, Janiel, I have a responsibility. See, naturally, when you used to get started here, we're going to be mentors, business partners. Okay. I'm going to be your coach. We're not going to be buddy at first. But as a byproduct, okay, Monica, of you winning here and making money, we're going to be phenomenal friends. phenomenal. Okay. Because winners hang around winners. You are who you surround yourself with. If your coach is within speed dial limitations, they should be your best friend. Why? Because that's the lifestyle that you're attracted to. That's what you want. Okay. At least in this business. All right. Follow the pile money theory. The person in business who's making the most money, do what they're doing. All right. As long as it's ethical, get on board. Right now is not your time. All right. See, I understand, the biggest leaders in the hierarchy right now are legacy hierarchy, but that doesn't mean I can't come for them. Does that make sense? That doesn't mean you can't come for them. Okay. Because it is what you make about it. It's not what your coaches are doing. It's what you're doing behind the scenes when nobody's watching. Are you taking ownership of your business? All right. So we have this conversation with everyone and say, look, we're going to be talking to your coach every day. If I don't hear from you, that's an emergency. Something's happening. All right. We should be talking on the daily, voice messages. A lot of you guys look like you're from a different country, Hispanic, African-American. We have a blend of people on here. Are y'all familiar with WhatsApp? Right? We love WhatsApp. We do voice audios. We send memes, like we do it all. Listen, your people love that too. It doesn't have to be a phone call all the time. Of course, they love to hear from your voice, but if you can't call them, send them a voice audio. That's just as good, I believe, right? That's totally changed our business, a voice audio, right? Hearing your voice, hearing that you care about them in your tonality, all right? You should be sending something like that to your team on a daily basis. No questions asked, all right? And then take 30 minutes out of your day. Remember, we talked about literally 5 minutes ago, 30 minutes is key. 30 minutes to set up appointments for the next day. If you don't have appointments now, you're not going to have appointments for tomorrow. One of the biggest things in business, one of the biggest mistakes that I see is people wait all day to book appointments for tomorrow. And then the nighttime comes, this is the truth, the nighttime comes and they're exhausted. They got to get their kids, right? They got to make dinner, okay? They got to do other things that are parenting things or, adult things. Like we have responsibilities, but then they're so tired, they forgot to book appointments. Or they're like, oh, it's too late to call these people. Listen, business is open 24 hours a day, all right? So you call this person late at night, Jorge, just, hey, this is Yanae. I was reaching out on behalf of Monica. Do you have a second? Hey, I know it's a little bit late. However, my business is open all the time. So I wanted to go ahead and give you a call. Is now a good time to talk? Straight up, what do you have to lose? Yeah, now's not a good time. Call me back. All right, bet. I'll call you back tomorrow. Okay. But you got to understand, if you run your business from 9 to 5, your team's going to do half of that. They're going to only run it from like 1 to 3 o'clock. Right. And you're never going to be able to take off. That's just the honest truth. Okay. If you're part-time in this business, you need to be sending out 50 messages, whether that's text messages, Instagram messages, Facebook messages, whatever kind of messages, 50 messages. Okay. The best part about it is if you're doing 50 and your team's doing 50, guess what? Everybody's winning. It's a byproduct. Out of 50 people, you can't get 1 or 2 appointments? No way. A daily basis. There are billions of people out there, billions, trillions, okay, that are praying for an opportunity. All right. Praying. And that is another training for another night, is strictly social media. But I'm telling you, they're praying for an opportunity. They're asking God right now as we speak, God, please open the doors for me. I can't possibly be doing this for forever. They don't appreciate me here. $20 is not, an hour is not cutting it for my family, God. And if you truly believe that, that will change your business, because you'll start to message more people. You'll say, hey, Uncle Susie, can you post this for me? Whether Uncle Susie, that's a guy and a girl mix. Uncle Sam, okay. All right. Uncle Sam supports you or not. Why wouldn't Uncle Sam post for you on social media? Hey, my friend of mine's opening a business. They're expanding. They're looking for people. What's wrong with that message? Right? You're not going to know unless you ask. Danielle, you're not going to know. Okay. You should be doing 50 messages on a part-time basis and 100 messages full-time. Okay. If you're doing this, it should take you maybe 2 hours max, maybe that's like pushing it, because that means following people, liking their content, responding to their stories. Okay. Like really, really, really going in. Otherwise it should be way less than that. Okay. So if you want to split it up, do 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night, but that's enough for you to have activity. Okay. the blood of this business is having activity and having a good attitude about it. Okay. At the end of the day, whether you're part-time or full-time, you need to be on 5 to 8 appointments. It doesn't matter what type of appointment it is. An interview, a KT, brand new, been here for years. It doesn't matter. If you're not on 5 to 8 appointments on a weekly basis, daily basis, okay, you're going to start to feel like this is not for you. Okay. That's the truth. This is not for me. I can't get on appointments. It's not that this is not for you. It's that you're not willing to put in the work to get on an appointment. Right. So if you're putting in the work to get on an appointment, this is totally for you because you're bound to get results. And then when you get results, you're going to start to feel good, right, Isaiah? You're going to start to feel a whole lot better. You're recruiting, you're writing premium, you're developing leaders, like, whoa, then it's changing. The game is changing. Okay. So the only conversation you have with a brand new person or a leader that's been here for a while is 5 to 8 appointments. It doesn't matter what it is. Why? Well, because you can turn an interview into premium, and you can turn a KT into an interview. And you can do both, and you can get referrals. Okay. Another thing that's not on here is if you're doing appointments and you're not getting referrals, guys, you're killing yourself. You're killing yourself. All right. If you are brand new in this business, I see a couple of you guys that I haven't seen before. If you guys are brand new, the accountability check that you need to have with your leader is, hey, coach, how many referrals did we get today? All right. We did 3 appointments. How many referrals did we get? Okay, I give you full permission, and Toga, I'm sure they give you full permission, and your leaders on this call to say, hey, coach, how many referrals did we get? Hey, how do I get more referrals? Referrals, because if you close something today, what about tomorrow? Okay, we live in the present, we live in the future. The past does not matter. It is gone. You can never go back, but you can think about tomorrow and how to win the day tomorrow. Make sense? Okay. Very, very, very important. And then you want to read together with your team. Listen, I had to undo 8 years of corporate, 8 years mentally of being overworked, underpaid, undervalued. Okay. Talk to you like garbage. Like, no, God said, I am a queen. I am a child of the Most High. Okay. I am the best of the best. I am a winner. I am a champion. I had to train my mind to talk to myself like that, because that's the truth. That's who you are. You don't know any better, especially if nobody in your family owns a business. Forget about it. You have to be plugging in here. Okay. See, when I started here, none of my family had a business. I didn't have any idea what business was. The more I plugged myself in, the more I realized, man, I just got to be talking to myself different. Like, these guys are talking to themselves like they're winners. Like, I'm a freaking champion. Right? Like, I know you feel that way, or you wouldn't be here right now. Like, you wouldn't have started in Primerica if you didn't feel like you were a champion. Right? That's the truth. You would be somewhere else. You wouldn't be on this call at 8:30 at night if you felt like you have what it takes to be better than your boss. We can be honest here. This is a training call, right? It's not for entertainment. It's training. If you didn't feel like you could own something like your boss has right now, if you're working a job, okay, that's why you're here. And guess what? Just because you have a job doesn't mean you can't be a phenomenal leader. You can't be a champion in this business. All right. But success loves speed. The quicker you go, the better. Why take a million years? For what? You're only getting older. I'm only getting older. My son's only getting older. We don't have as much time as, we think. Okay. We don't. The quicker you do it, the better. All right. And then we're going to go over the small fine details, the stuff that you wouldn't say in front of people. We're going to talk about that on trainings, right? Like body posture. If you're sitting up like this in training and you're using your hands and you got a great smile and you're clean, you feel good, you look good, you perform good. But if you're like this on training, you're not going to be, receptive to learning. Why get on the call? Right. So I talked to my team about that. If you don't got notebook and pen, how do you plan on learning here? Right? You don't have 3 to 5 questions. When I do a training call and I call the recruit right after, I'm like, hey, what are your 3 to 5 questions? Oh, I don't have any. You don't have any? Okay, yeah, no worries. That means you could do the next one, right? And I'm smiling because remember, if you're smiling, you're giving off good energy. So that means, Abdiel, you got the next interview? All right, awesome. You got it, champ. But if Abdiel says, you know what, how would I go about answering this question? I'm like, perfect. He wants to be here. He wants to learn. There's no way you know it all. No way. Even I don't even know it all. All right. I'm humble enough to say I don't know it all, but that's okay. I can just go call Eric. No, I'm just kidding. right? Okay. One of the things I was telling my team earlier, I'm like, look, your coach should be on speed dial. Like if you open up your phone and in your favorite section, if your coach is not there, go ahead and do that. Everybody right now, take a second, go to your phone, open it up, click on your coach's contact and favorite them right away, ASAP. The biggest and best leaders that we've developed here in the business, all right, have had us on speed dial. When they're on appointments and they're doing appointments and they say, you know what, that's a great question, Jason. I really don't have the answer because nobody's asked me that before. Even if you're brand new, this person has no idea. Let me go ahead and just call my broker. I have him on speed dial. Isn't that cool that I have my broker on speed dial? Like he's here to help me grow. He's here to help you grow too. Let's just give him a call real quick, okay? 30 seconds. Call him up, hang up, get the answer, give the person the, the answer and close. No presenting around here. Okay, presenting doesn't get you paid. Closing gets you paid. In fact, being more direct gets you more direct deposits, but direct in a respectful way. Okay. And as you can see at the very bottom, if you're not a division leader, I'm doing all of your orientations. You have to show me that you can get someone off to a fast start. Right. My job is to help you, develop your replacement, help you develop your team. Right? Wouldn't it be awesome, Jorge, if I helped you develop, a district leader that's writing a policy on their own, you're at work and you just got to override? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that fun? Don't you want to make money in your sleep? Like, let me help you build that. That's what I'm here for. Okay. So as a result, every single orientation for your team, you're going to be on the call with me, but you're going to be taking notes on how I give the orientation. All right. And I'm going to give the orientation and together we're going to train them until you're fully ready to do exactly how I do it, to do exactly what I do. All right. If you're not a division leader right now and you're a district, hey, humble yourself. If you're not getting the results that you want, humble yourself because you can fix that. You can fix that overnight, right? Have your leaders do your orientations for you. Learn from them, relearn from them, develop a new skill. Okay. So where you can get better and better and better. All right. Any questions about that? All right, beautiful. Okay.
No, ma'am.
Now, one of the things that we're doing right now is we're actually reading the A.L. Williams Way. If you don't have this book, go get it. It's like $9 on Amazon. Okay. And it not only is it going to give you the mentality of the founder, but it's going to make you a better leader. All right. It's going to make you a better leader. And every single time that we get on training for 2 to 3 minutes, I'm like, hey, this is what I was reading today. Right. Isn't that powerful? And we talk about it for a second. And I create and I cast the vision. Make sure you're casting the vision to your team. All right. If your goals right now is to be a division leader, but you have, 2 districts on your team, your goal's not big enough. Your vision's not big enough. You're not going to be able to include them. Right. I had somebody on my team. I said, hey, there's 10 days left in the month. What's your goal? And she said 5 by 5,000. I'm like, there's no way. That's great. That's a great start. But think about it this way. If it's only 5 by 5,000, you can't include the 3 people that are showing up that already finished the class in 24 hours. That's 3 by 3, 3 by 3, 3 by 3 right there. That's what? 9 by 9,000 plus yourself. That's regional leader numbers, right? So you got to think about including your team, helping your team make money. As a result, you're going to make money too. That's what the license is for. Okay. And on every single appointment, you guys, whether it's an orientation, a brand new interview, it does not matter, a KT, whatever. I have this saved on my phone on the right-hand side. And I say, hey, Jackie, you were amazing. I'm so glad we could help you out with your life insurance. Listen, I don't want to bombard you right this second because we've been on for a second now, but do you mind just posting this for me? I'm going to send it to you in a text, as well as I'm going to send you a referral text. You could send it to whoever you want and we can go from there. Does that sound good? Okay, beautiful. Jackie has 6,000 followers on Facebook. Like, why wouldn't I do that? It takes me 30 seconds. Okay. The biggest thing that you can do for yourself is follow the people you sit down with. I always tell somebody if they don't have the money at an IB or something, I say, listen, Eric, like this conversation was great. You're phenomenal. I think we should keep up with each other on social media, right? And when the time is right, you'll have my contact information. I'll be able to follow up with you. And also, by the way, like I said, I don't do any advertising. So do you mind posting this for me? And Eric's going to say,
heck yeah, absolutely.
Heck yeah, of course. So go ahead and follow me real quick. We'll go ahead and do that. And then once I see that you follow me, I'm going to send you this post. And I'm going to wait for Eric to post it for me. I'm not getting off the call until I see it on his story, because now we're friends. That's the key.
That's so good.
Okay, that's the key. because I can't rely on them later on to post it for me. All right. Unless I already know them. And I'm like, hey girl, what happened? And like, don't forget about me. All right. But otherwise I say, hey, listen, Jason, go ahead and follow me on social media. I'm waiting for your friend request. And I look at my phone, just like you would prospect. I look at my phone. I'm like, it didn't come through yet. Did you find me? Right. Sometimes they be fooling around. We don't have time to be fooling around. All right. And I'm going to say, okay, awesome. I got your request. Did you get mine? Okay, great. Go ahead and post this for me. I'm going to wait till you can post it. That way you don't have to worry about it later. People are human. They're going to forget, right? What's important to you is not important to them. All right, Jorge, that's super important for you to know that what's important to you is not important to them. So guess what? We're not getting off this call until it's on your story. That way you don't have to worry about it ever again. Don't worry about any questions. My number's there. All the questions I'm going to answer, if they're serious, they're going to bypass you and say, hey, I saw this on Jorge's Instagram. And doing this, you guys, we've had an influx of people, right? Normally we're reaching out to people. Now people are reaching into us saying, hey, interview, hey, interview, hey, interview. And these interviews have turned into recruits. And because we have a system, all right here, the system, the process, there we go. The process, nobody's falling through the cracks. This is so important right here. We have a system. So if you're brand new or you've been here 100 days, we don't do anything else but this. Okay, Bren, we don't do anything else, Adil. I don't care what anybody else is saying. If you follow this, you're going to get results. Why? Because it's happening for this person and this person and this person and this person. And this is everything that they did. All right, we're going to go through this and I'm going to show you what I do. And again, I give you full permission to use this with your team. Everything. I'll give you the review guide that I give, all of it. I don't even care. Go be successful. Go run with this information. Tear up your numbers, tear up the team, help them get paid. And as a byproduct, you're going to win Hawaii, right? What an incredible life-changing trip. Okay. And you're going to make a whole bunch of money. So the first thing we do, Jason, is we recruit. And when we recruit somebody, we're immediately doing their orientation within 24 to 48 hours. Now, Jason, remember, you're brand new. You're not a district division leader yet. So I'm going to do your orientations with you. Sound good? All right, awesome. From there, we're going to get you trained because there's no way you can remember what we talked about in orientation if you're not on an appointment. That's crucial. I tell them, look, if we don't get on an appointment today, you're wasting your time, and I know you didn't come here to waste your time, Glenda. Like, I know you didn't come here to waste your time. And I also didn't come here to waste your time either. So I'm telling you from the get-go, if we don't book appointments, forget about it. You're going to forget everything I just went through. And there's no point in doing the orientation. Sound good? All right, great. And a whole time while you're talking to your people, you have good energy. You're excited, you're smiling, right? You're joking with them, but you're so serious. Because remember, I'm your coach first, and then I'm your friend. Makes sense? Okay. Is that making sense? I think it's making dollars, especially for Abdil. He's like, oh yeah, I love this. All right. All right, beautiful. Now, the license. Guys, without the license, there's no cash. No cash without the license. Here's how this works. When we do an orientation, I say, Jason, no license, no money. No money if no license. And guess what? No license and no money if no appointments. No appointments, no license, no money. Does that make sense? Do you see how important your license is? You have to get your license. Otherwise, there's no point in you working with me. And I am going to take full responsibility of getting you paid. Full responsibility. Okay. If you're working with me, you're going to make money. Why? Because I'm going to give you all the tools, resources, and materials and the environment to grow something special and to make a bunch of money. But I can't give you the desire. Okay. I can't give you the willingness to get on a call in the morning for training. I can't give you the want to schedule an appointment. I can't give you that. Does that make sense, Monica? Because if you understand that, man, you can be so special here in this business. That's the conversation that we have. And I tell them no license, no money. I say it about 5 to 6 times. No license, no money, no this. No appointments, no license, no money. And I go back and forth and I say, okay, say it to me. All right. So they know the expectations. I got to get a license and I got to get it fast if I want to get paid. So what do we do from here? I say, look, if you read it, I'm going to set them up for the course at the time that I do their IBA. There is no need to wait. Schedule them for the online. Everybody on our team gets registered for online. But I also talk to them and I say, listen, if you can't complete the class within 24 to 48 hours, you have to go to in person. Like, you don't have a choice. Otherwise, you can't work with me. Like, I can't get you paid if you don't get a license. Okay, Jackie, like, That's just the honest to God truth. I want you to know the best and the worst that can happen here. If you don't get a license, you're not going to get paid. And you came here to make money. Does that make sense, Jackie? And Jackie's going to say, yeah, right? Absolutely. So how can I get the class done like right now? Okay. And right then and there, as soon as I set them up for online, I give them a study guide, and I'm going to show you the study guide that I give them. And I text them a list of steps. I'm like, hey, complete this step by step. You're still going to have to study, but what you need to get is a voucher. We need to get you that voucher within 24 to 48 hours. If we don't get you a voucher within 24 to 48 hours, an IBA is an independent business application, Matthew. That stands for a brand new recruit. Like if somebody gets started here in our organization, they want to work here to make money, they have to submit an IBA, independent business application, with the state of Florida. So we can check their background, we can get them fingerprinted, and they can get licensed here in our industry. Does that make sense? All right, beautiful. Okay. So I set them up with a class. I tell them what's expected. I go through the 6 steps, which I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you all my nuggets. I don't have anything to hide. I text it to them. I walk through it with them one time. And I say, if you have trouble, call me right away. Okay. And I set the expectation. If you don't, finish it in 24 to 48 hours, unfortunately, that means you're just going to have to go in person. And if you can't go in person, you can't work with me. Like, I'm so sorry. I would love for you to win here, but I can't do the class for you. I can't test for you. I just can't. All right. And that's a whole nother conversation that I'm going to have. Everything is about just setting the expectations, have a conversation with your team. All right. And then to promote, the only conversation we have on our team is district leader. As soon as you get close, and I go through an orientation, as soon as you get close, Monica, to district, guess what? We're going to start talking about division. All right. As soon as you get close to division, all right, Glenda, we're going to start talking about regional. Why do I just want you to get paid 50%? That's cool. That's amazing. That's life-changing. But you know what's better? 60%. You know what's better than 70%, Abdiel? 110. Right? You know what's better than 50%, Mariah? 60%. Okay. So as soon as you get close there, like, we are no longer having that conversation of district. I'm talking about, hey, now you need to get someone to do the same thing you're doing so we can get you promoted to division. You're going to have a teammate who did what you did. They're going to be licensed. You're already going to be licensed. You did your 3x3. Everything happened so fast. You got double promoted. Isn't that exciting? Like, now you're worth $600 an hour. That's a big deal. Are you fired up? I'm fired up. And I'm excited for them because it is a truly a big deal. How long, if you're working a job right now, how long would it take you to make an extra $500-600 at your job? A long time. A long time. Okay. Any questions about that? All right, beautiful. So go ahead and screenshot this right here. This is what I text my team, and I can actually even send it to your coach. They can post it in your chat. I have this on my notes section in my iPhone. And I register everyone for You Can Pass. Because like I said, if you don't finish it within 24 to 48 hours, I copied and pasted. So you'll see like a little double. All right. And I'll send it to your coach. They can post it in your chat. And I say, look, the first step is go to the chapters. Next step, this. Next step, this. You finish it, you're going to finish it in 24 to 48 hours. You need a voucher. After you get the voucher, you're going to study the crap out of the study guide. And you guys, this is what the study guide looks like. Okay. This is exactly what it looks like. I don't change it for anybody. I give it to them. Everybody on the team has this. In fact, it's in our group chat. I went through the study guide on POL and I personally edited it. And I said, look, everything that has a T next to it is a test question. Eric, if you study this, I promise you're going to pass. I promise you, like, I can't make this up. You only need a 70. You don't have to be a genius here. If you study this, you're going to pass. Everything that's highlighted and has an underline is what you need to know. The rest doesn't matter. Okay. And with that being said, we've had literally like 10 people complete the class in the last 3 to 4 days. That's phenomenal. So if you're not having 10, 12, 15 people completing the class, this is directly from POL, Misha. Except I took ownership of our business and I started highlighting it. And I said, all right, I've seen this question like 50 times. That's on the test. And I sent this to the team and I said, Eric, you study this, you're going to pass. Right? We just need to get a voucher. You study this, you're going to pass. And then from there, remember, no license, no appointments, no cash, no appointments, no license. And I go back and forth. Remember how it all makes sense, Jason? Okay. And Christopher, they're going to say, yeah, I'm getting it. Okay. How do I schedule appointments? I'm going to say, all right, bet. This is the next thing we're going to talk about. Appointments. I say, it doesn't get any harder than this. Nothing else matters, Jason. Okay. Because we're not talking about anything other than supporting you for getting your license. All right. And I walk through this, this appointment setting guide with them. And I say, listen, you want people to tell you no, Jackie. You want people to tell you no. You want them to roll. The other day, you guys, I had a lady, okay, who rolled her eyes at me on the appointment. Like most of you guys would be like, oh, heck no. She just rolled her eyes at me. I'm not doing this appointment. Right. A grown woman. All right. Now, 30 minutes prior, her daughter didn't want to schedule appointments. And this is the conversation I had with her daughter. I said, listen, Melinda, I want you to be successful here. Listen, you don't need the support of your friends and family. You don't. You just want the time that they're going to give you and the day. If they end up doing business with you, phenomenal. I'm very good at what I do. Guys, if you have a license, you are very good at what you do. You need to talk to yourself like that. I am very good at what I do. I'm going to get your results, but we're not going to worry about that because you're on this call for support. You're on it for training and referrals. And I go over this stuff over and over and over again. I say, so Eric, if your mom tells you no, it's okay. Because guess what? When you're licensed and you're training somebody and their mom says no, now you're going to know how to coach them. Now you're going to know how to walk them through that conversation. It's okay. None of my friends and family supported me. In fact, my only client's my mom. And she told me it was a scam. It's okay. All right. So after that conversation, she said, okay, I said, listen, I just need you to book one appointment right now. If your people are so deathly afraid of booking appointments, you might not be setting the expectation appropriately. Listen, Eric, I just need you to book one because if you can book one, you can book a million. And if I can do one appointment for you, I promise it's going to change your perspective. This girl only booked one appointment with her mom. And her mom got on the call, started rolling her eyes at me, giving me the nastiest attitude. But guess what, Jorge? Hey, I'm so excited to meet you. It's a pleasure. I can't wait to train your daughter. She's fired up. Energy, energy, energy. Okay. And I set the tone. Guess who closed her mom and recruited her boyfriend in the same 2 hours? Guess who made $200 working with us? Do you think she's going anywhere? No, she went home that same day. She completed the class and she booked like 6 appointments. Okay, so you just need to pour just enough belief into these people, just enough to get them on at least one appointment so you can show them it's really not that bad. And even if you don't get the results that you want, it is okay because they're going to hear yes and they're going to hear no. This business, Jesus, is about getting more yeses than nos. You're going to get nos in order to be successful. Have you ever been told no in your life? Because I have several times. All right, but now look at me and you tell your people that. Right? Mom used to tell me no all the time in the grocery store. But now look at me. I can buy whatever I want in the grocery store. All right? Use little things like that for your people. Pour belief into them. Okay? And set the tone and expectation. Listen, we're not talking about life insurance. We're not talking about anything else. I'm going to set the expectation with your mom, your dad, your cousin, your this, your that, as soon as we get on the appointment. What's changed the game for us is we're more direct, which is why we're getting paid more direct deposits. Okay, does anybody have, I'm going to show you what we do. Does anybody have any questions about this script right here? Okay, listen, Jesus, we don't do appointments without the husband and wife together. We just don't do them. So I don't want you to book it and think we're going to be there. We're not. All right, go ahead and just reschedule it. We don't cancel any appointments around here. We just reschedule. Okay, we don't do any appointments without the spouse. I don't care if they tell you they do their finances together, separate, one's in another country, this, that, we don't do them separate. Okay, because I've got to get your results. We'll save those appointments for last. Sound good? All right, beautiful. Okay. All right, so let's say I get the appointment scheduled. I'm getting on with their parent, their mom, their cousin, their aunt, uncle, best friend, neighbor. All right. And again, the more direct you are, the more direct deposits you're going to get. So you guys are going to have this recording. This is the only thing we're training drill for skill on our team. When you get on a call with somebody, you're going to build rapport. Hey, Jason, can you unmute Jason real quick?
Yes, ma'am.
Super fast. Hey, Jason, thank you so much for getting on the call. I'm super fired up. I'm training Eric, man. He's fired up. He's got great energy. He's got a good attitude. I could work with somebody like that, right? How's your day going so far?
Everything's going amazing. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Good, good, man. I'm super blessed. God keep me air in my lungs. I'm fired up and excited too. Hey, listen, I want to be as quick and as efficient as possible. Right now, I'm training Eric and I'm just simply representing him. Okay. He's in the process of getting 2 financial licenses. The first one is a life insurance license. Okay. And the second one is an investment license. But because he can't even start studying for the second one, the only conversation we're having here today, Jason, is about life insurance. Is that fair? Because I don't want to overwhelm Eric.
Okay, no, it's perfectly fine.
All right, awesome. So really quick, tell me a little bit about yourself. And Jason's going to tell me a little bit about himself. And I'm saying, man, that's exciting. A little bit about myself is this, and the other. All right, so we're here for a couple reasons. Check this out.
Okay.
For a couple reasons. The first reason is we don't do any cold calling or, door knocking. So I'm going to ask you for referrals only and only if you feel like this information is important. Would you say financial literacy is important, Jason?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. So you shouldn't have any trouble with that. Okay. The second reason is because Eric is working for his first promotion and he has to help 3 families with life insurance. That's it. I just didn't say, I want to earn your business. You heard me? I say,
Yep.
Eric's working for his first promotion. He's got to help 3 families with life insurance. So if that happens to be you, awesome. But I don't want you to feel like I'm pushing you in a corner to get a policy with him. Because if you end up canceling 5 months down the line, I promise it doesn't help Eric, Eric at all. Okay. So we can be honest about that.
Okay.
And finally, I'm looking for people right now. I'm looking for hardworking, ambitious people. If you know of anybody that's keeping their options open and making extra money, man, those are the people that you could send over to Eric. Sound fair?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, perfect. So let's get right into it. And I go right into the presentation. The presentation me about 25, 30 minutes because the only thing we're talking about is life insurance. If you don't have an investment license, you can do this. If you do have an investment license, you can do this. And this is how I start a presentation all the time. How I start an interview is say, hey, listen, all right, you're going to get a life insurance and investment license with me. So when you first start working with me, the only thing we're talking about is life insurance. Once you get that license, man, brother, I'm going to teach you how to tear it up in the investment world. Okay. But I can't expect you to figure it all out overnight, right? Would you agree to that? Okay, beautiful. So let's get this license done first. Let's get you trained. Let's help those 3 families and we'll figure out the rest later. Sound good? All right, perfect. And as a leader, as a coach, training your people, if you're more direct like that, but in the most exciting, respectful, upfront way, you will close. Okay, you will close. Now I'm saying, when I get an appointment, somebody's, oh yeah, I actually have life insurance. Oh yeah, I have the policy. Let me go grab it. Perfect. We haven't even started talking. I know I'm closing. If it's not with Primerica, I'm closing. And if it is with Primerica and you haven't talked to your agent in over 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, we're transferring you over because I'm going to do a great job of taking care of you. Sound fair? Sound fair, Jason? Okay. So that is the conversation that I have with my team. I have this recorded. I send it out to the team. I say, this is exactly what we do. We don't change it. It doesn't matter how amazing you are on the phone. It doesn't matter how brand new you are. We do this for everybody. Okay. Any questions about that? All right, awesome. So no question. I didn't see the chat at all. Is it right, man?
No, everything's good. You're doing good. You're doing good.
All right, cool. So I want to make sure I stay on time. I was only running a few minutes behind. So I'll leave, I guess, a minute or so for any questions that anybody may have about what it is that you can do for your business in regards to taking ownership, setting appointments, developing people through systems. Okay. Any questions?
Janae, I do have one question that I thought about.
Yes.
How about for someone that says, okay, so in getting them licensed, what would you tell to someone that, you gave them the study guide, you gave them everything. How about, someone that might work 2 jobs, 40-hour job, they're working here, they're working there, working crazy. How can we explain to them, the opportunity where, they would, where they can get licensed still?
Yeah, absolutely. So listen, one of the things I learned in business is a dud is a dud. Sometimes you can't turn a dud into a stud, right? If they're a stud, they're going to FIO, figure it out. Okay. I was working 2 and 3 jobs, 70+ hours a week. Okay. I was changing in the car, sleeping in the car, changing my clothes. I was only going home to sleep. I would get up super early, 6:30 in the morning, go to work, switch in the car, have lunch in the car, go to my next job. And I still found time to study on my lunch breaks. I still found time to listen to the videos for the licensing class on my way home. Right. I still found the time because you find time for the things that are most important to you. However, for your brand new recruit, remember, you're rewashing their brain. You're rewiring their brain. So sometimes you have to go that extra mile for that person and say, hey, listen, I'm going to study with you. Like, I'm personally going to take the time to study with you. That's how much I believe in you. So listen, every day or every other day, or I'm going to text you. If you're on your lunch break, hey, let's get on and study for 30 minutes. It is 30 minutes of your day investing into people. Okay. That not only are going to change their family tree forever with this license, but you too. Why not? Right. So Isaiah, you may have to go that extra mile. Okay. Does that
Thank
answer
you
your
so
question?
much. Very well. Very good. Thank you so much.
All right. Beautiful. Awesome. Abdiel, I saw you had a question.
Yes, it's such an honor, a pleasure to have you as a guest. Definitely, like, enjoying your energy. We're so fired up. Thank you so much for pouring into us this
Absolutely.
evening. Can you elaborate a little bit, just a little bit on the process? I remember you showed the exam guide, and you also mentioned that you signed them up on You Can Pass in addition to the in-person class.
Yes.
Can you elaborate, like, again, like the steps?
Of course. Yeah, of course. So whenever I come here to the office, I come to office on a daily basis. The first thing that I look at is my recruit tracker. You should be looking at your recruit tracker every day. If you're brand new or if you've been here 60 days, you're going to see your recruit tracker. And the first thing I see is if they're registered or if they're not registered. Everybody should say registered. Everybody. Okay. So I call the leaders in the room and I say, hey, what happened to so-and-so? They didn't get registered. Hey, how can I help you? Okay. Because we expect everybody to finish a class in how long? 24 to 48 hours. So if they don't get registered, there's no way to do that. And they only know what they're told, right? So you're working with your people. You got to set the expectation for your leaders to do that right away. Okay. And at the same time, as soon as they get on a call, listen, if you don't finish a class in 24 to 48 hours, you're going to have to go to class. All right. If you follow these 6 steps, I promise you, okay, I've gotten results this way. So I can tell you promise. That's a big word, right, Jackie? So if you follow these steps, you will finish the class in 24 to 48 hours. I want you to split the screen with the study guide, split the screen with the class. Use your resources, use the study guide, go back and forth. You're going to learn this material. As soon as you get a voucher, you've booked a test. Eric, would you agree you can't pass the test you don't book? Heck yeah, right? There's no way you're going to pass it because it's not even booked. So let's book it. And then you're going to have that urgency to really study. Does that make sense, Jesus? Okay. And I go over all of this at one time and I'm showing them the study guide and I'm showing them this and I send them the text, right? That I'll send to your leaders as well. I send them a text. I'm like, go ahead and pull out the text. Let's walk through it together. Because if you don't walk through it together with them, they're not going to look at it. They're brand new. They don't know any better. Okay. But the expectation is everybody, not just some people, everybody gets registered for online. If they don't finish it within 24 to 48 hours, hey, Jesus, I saw you weren't able to finish the course within whatever hours. Do you think you can get it done tonight? All right, awesome. Okay, if you can't get it done tonight, man, we got to send you to class because you're taking a little bit too long. You're not going to have the success that you came here for. My job as a leader is to make sure you're successful, you're making money. You see what I'm saying? Okay, does that answer your question, Abdiel?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Perfect, awesome. Anybody else?
Jenna, you're killing it today, girl.
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
Jorge,
Oh, your camera's not on or something. I don't know where you're at. Oh, there you are. Okay.
really?
All right, cool. Thank you. Yes, it does take practice over time. I still feel like I can get better. I don't feel like I'm the best, but I'm growing. And that's how you should talk to yourself. You can always improve. You can always get better. You always have things to learn, but you're only as good as you talk to yourself, right? I get up in the morning, I'm like, man, I'm a queen. Like, whoo, I'm a queen. God said. All right. And I joke around with Brendan too. Uh-oh, I think I lost you guys. I joke around with Brendan too. Sometimes as humans, we're a little snappy, we're tired, we're hungry, right? Well, whatever. And I say, wait a second, queen. Jason's heard me. I'm like, queen. Because if you don't talk to yourself like that, okay, then your people are going to run all over you. You're going to run all over you. You're going to get lazy with your success. You're going to start going slow, right? Success doesn't love slow. Success loves speed, Jason. Right? That's how we've been able. Oh my gosh, I'm so fired up with our team. Like, man, 20,000 already at the 23rd of the month. There's like 8-9 days left. We'll easily go over 30,000 in premium. Why? Because the expectation is clearer than ever and the conversation is different, right? But it's all done out of respect with great energy and a smile. I'm your coach first and your friend second. Okay, Jorge? I want you to win here. If you're working with me, you're going to make money. You're going to. Like, no questions asked. Okay? Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, sounds great. Okay? And that's what I do. All right. So I don't think there's any questions, guys. I'm so thankful. We will, coach. Don't you worry. Don't worry. You'll override that too. All right. So I'm so proud to have, been given the honor and opportunity to speak to you guys. I hope you really do go back on this recording. See, a lot of the times we record them and people don't go back. Go back and listen to this recording. I promise it'll change your business within 30 to 60 days. And if it's not, and you can show me that you were doing everything we're doing, I will work with you one-on-one and I don't even override you. Okay, sound fair? All right. Awesome. Super excited for you guys. I'm proud to be your teammate, guys. Proud to be your coach. I hope you get on training tomorrow. No, I don't hope. I know you'll get on training tomorrow because you're on here at 9, 10 at night and you're a champion for being here. Love you guys. Thanks, coach.
Hey, way to go, Yanae. Way to go. Absolutely killed it. Put on a
Let's
clinic.
go.
Man, I got notes on notes on notes. I hope you guys did the same.